What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The Packers' second injury report of the week, Week 10 versus the Steelers, just came out a couple minutes ago. So in today's video, let's go over the injury report for both the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get into it. If you do happen to be a new viewer on this channel and want more Packers news analysis and updates every single day, such as injury reports like this, game analysis, film review, you'll find it all here right on this channel. So if that does interest you, definitely go down and click subscribe. All right, so without further ado, let's waste no more time and bring up the Green Bay Packers injury report. And at the top of the list, we see something that we don't want to see, and that is Jaire Alexander, a second day in a row, did not participate. A lot of people, myself included, thought yesterday's shoulder injury, maybe it was just a little bit of rest and he was slightly sore, something of that sort from the Steelers game, because he did, land down pretty hard a couple times on a couple of the pass breakups. That's not the case. He, again, didn't practice today, so it looks like this shoulder injury is more severe than we first thought it was. Packers coach Matt LaFleur on whether there's concern over Jaire Alexander's shoulder injury, quote, "I'd say so, 2 in a row not practicing." Then when he was asked if there's a long-term concern beyond this game, LaFleur said, "I don't know." That much is definitely concerning. Whether Matt LaFleur actually doesn't know is concerning, or if he's just trying to play a game of, not let the Steelers know the availability of Jaire Alexander, which probably isn't the case considering he hasn't even practiced this week at all, and who knows if he'll even practice tomorrow. So at this point, it's looking like Jaire Alexander will not be available for the Steelers game at minimum, and maybe not even available for the Chargers game after that. We just have to wait and see at this point. So it looks like the cornerback duo for the Packers defense going into the Steelers game will likely be Carrington Valentine, who had an excellent game last week, and Corey Ballentine. So the duo of Valentine and Ballentine. And at least this game, it's against an offense that hasn't been good. The Steelers' offense hasn't been good. So if there was a game to not have Jaire, I feel like this one's one of the better ones. But that's also me trying to cope with the fact that our starting defensive backs could literally be Carrington Valentine and Corey Ballentine and Keyshawn Nixon heading into this game. Next on this list is Kenny Clark, who has his shoulder injury left out of that Rams game. He was limited yesterday. Great to see that. Again, limited today, looking like he's on track to not miss a game from this injury. He did leave early in that Rams game, but it looks like he's not going to be missing this Steelers game and should be able to play. Rudy Ford, with his calf injury, missed the Rams game, has been limited all week, Wednesday and today. Also looking like he'll be able to return for the Steelers game. Rudy Ford has been one of the most consistent defenders on this Green Bay defense. Then we see Elton Jenkins with his knee injury, limited all week, as it's always been. Aaron Jones, limited yesterday, limited today, and as I stated in yesterday's video, Aaron Jones has shed the red no contact jersey in practice, so it looks like he's 100%, and they should continue giving him a heavy workload. I think he had 26 or 27 total touches against the Rams. They should continue that and give him a lot of touches against the Steelers to continue to try to get this offense going. We see Josh Myers as a new addition on this injury report with a knee injury. He wasn't on the injury report yesterday. He was added today. He is limited. So a lot of linemen on this injury report this week. And not that I ever want injuries to happen, but honestly, I think it'd be kind of interesting to see how this line would perform without Myers or John Runyon out there this week, especially against a very, very good front seven by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we all know Myers and Runyon have been the weak points of this offensive line. And when we saw the drive of Sean Ryan last week, when Runyon had to step out for a series, he looked really, really good, at least in the run game. Then we see Josh Nijman, who did not participate yesterday. He was upgraded to limited today. He stated yesterday is nothing big. It was a day-to-day injury, so he'll likely be able to go in this game and will likely again start at left tackle so long he's ready to. John Runyon, same thing, did not participate yesterday with his neck injury. He is limited today. John Runyon has had a few injuries this year so far, and every time this dude recovers from his injuries and plays in the game and toughs it out, that honestly may be hurting him playing with all these injuries, and that may be why he hasn't been playing too good this year from what we're used to seeing. John Runyon's always been an average to above average guard in most scenarios, but this year has been the opposite. John Runyon has been one of, if not the biggest weak point on this offensive line, so he's limited today, likely will be available for this game, likely will start at right guard unless the Packers make a surprise switch for Sean Ryan, which I want to happen, but I don't see them doing right now. Quay Walker with his groin injury, just like Jaire, not something we want to see. 2 in a row did not participate. He didn't practice yesterday and didn't practice today. So just like Jaire, likely that Quay Walker isn't available for the Steelers game. But Isaiah McDuffie has really stepped up, and I've really liked what I've seen from him. He's done a really good job filling in as linebacker number 2. Christian Watson, the final player on this injury report. He looks fully good to go. He was a full participant yesterday and full today, so it looks like no limitations there with the back injury he suffered against the Rams, and he'll be ready to go against the Steelers. Still waiting for that breakout Christian Watson game. It was right around this time last year when he started to get hot, so maybe he can do it again. Then going over the Pittsburgh Steelers injury report, it's a short injury report, but more importantly, everyone on it today didn't practice, whereas some players yesterday, half of them were limited. Montravius Adams didn't practice today. Also didn't practice yesterday. Minkah Fitzpatrick didn't practice yesterday, and today he's likely out of this game, which will help the Packers offense a lot. Cam Hayward, a very important one here, was limited yesterday with a groin and downgraded to a did not participate today. Groin injuries, as we see with the Quay Walker, they tend to linger around and can flare back up. So the fact that he's did not participate today tells me that he probably won't be able to play in this game. And if the Steelers are without Cam Hayward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and even this last player, Landon Roberts, one of their starting inside linebackers, who also did not participate today, downgraded with that knee injury. They're going to be missing 3 key starters on that defense, and defense is a strong point for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if they're without these 3 starters, I'm actually pretty confident the Packers should be able to get something going on offense early. So that does it for the second injury report of Week 10, Packers versus Steelers. The more important injury designation release will be tomorrow with every player's designation, whether they're into the game, questionable, doubtful, or out. That'll be in tomorrow's video, so be on the lookout for that. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like down below. It supports my channel a ton, but I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, go Pack Go.